I would end up losing a lot of my gameplay footage because my phone just decided that it didn't need to be there anymore. However, I do have a picture of the stats of my last attempt at nuzlocking the game, so I will put that on the screen, and then for the rest of the video just play footage of the game, just generic footage. The objective of the game normally is just to play through and get all 8 gym badges and then fight the Elite Four, and you're done. That's the end of the game. However, a Nuzlocke, which is what I have chosen to do, uses the self-imposed rule of having to release a Pokemon off of your team whenever it faints in order to make the game much harder by limiting the amount of Pokemon you can use and how reckless you can be with them, making you have to think ahead and strategize much more. So my first few attempts at doing this would all end up pretty much the same, so there's no reason to really go into detail. My team would get wiped very early on and I would have to restart, so I just took each of these experiences as a learning opportunity in order to adjust and see what I did wrong and how I could be more successful in future attempts at doing this. So now I will describe what I did on my very last attempt, which I ended up not being able to complete the game because it was way bigger of a challenge than I thought it would be. And but on my last run I would choose Squirtle as my starter because the first gym is rock type and Squirtle is water type, so it's super effective and would make it very easy to complete. So I would end up catching Pidgey as my first Pokemon, but he would die in a trainer battle like right after, so he didn't stay on the team very long. But after that I went and got a Weedle, and I trained him up to a Kakuna, but the Weedle would end up not seeing much action during this first gym battle, and Squirtle would do most of the work because he has the type effectiveness. So I ended up just having to train the Weedle in like wild battles, which took a few hours, and I didn't really get that far after that. I trained him up, and then I took my Squirtle and him on to the next gym, and they got wiped just as easily because the next gym would be a water type gym, and Squirtle does not have a type effectiveness against that, and the Weedle, who is now a Beedrill, just was not strong enough in order to take it all on, and that would end up being the last of my attempts because I ran out of time for the project and I could not overcome these difficulties, and the Nuzlocke of Pokemon Leaf Green will prove to be much harder than I expected.